Welcome, welcome to Grown Men Chopping It Up with J.R. Ryder and Kerry with the K. This is a grown-up place for grown-up talk. Put the kids to bed and crank up the volume. And let's get to it.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rocks. Not the kind you smoke, but the kind you throw.
So it's brought to you by Rocks.
Rocks.
Like rock, paper, scissors?
Not the kind you sip, but the kind you skip.
All right, we're happy to have Rocks sponsor the episode.
You know, there's so many of them, so that's why they have so much money to spend.
Right. Okay, I can understand that. So, hey, we back at another podcast.
Yes, sir.
What have you been doing lately?
Man, I've been doing some of everything.
Okay.
But not some of everybody.
I hope not. Nowadays, they got things that don't wipe off.
Damn it.
So we're going to make an announcement. We're going to switch the podcast from doing it every week to every other week.
So you guys can digest it better.
Right. So in the off weeks, we'll be doing like little small podcasts, either solo or just little tidbits,
right,
or things to get you guys to thinking. And email us your questions or your response to the things that we're going to start posting.
grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com.
Yeah, grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com.
So that's grown men.
Grown men. Like, you know, we some grown-ass men.
Not singular, but plural.
Yeah. Hey, so you want to start it off?
Oh, no, you can start it off.
Okay, so I'm going to start it off. My topics today are going to be a little bit different than the way I normally do it. But this was a conversation that I had with somebody, and she asked me, she said she has so many issues in her relationship, and she wanted our advice. She had a bunch of complaints, so I took down all her complaints, wow, and I said we would address her complaints.
Each one.
Well, each one, you know. So she said that she wanted to ask us and our listeners. Okay, so she said the number one thing that she's in a long-term relationship and they live together.
Wow.
And she says she wants to know, is she weird or do every woman or man go through this? Right? So, number one, he never helps around the house.
Damn.
So, I'm going to tell you like this. It's not that we don't want to help around the house. It's that we don't want to help around the house.
We're too busy helping outside the house.
Right. I mean, it's I think, you know, men and women are different, right? We have gender roles and all these different things. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if he wasn't helping around the house in the beginning, you know, there we go. Women date on potential.
Yeah, he's not going to wake up one day and say, oh, I should start helping around the house.
Right. I mean, I think the worst way to get him to help around the house is to nag him about not helping around the house. Mm-hmm. Men, we're goal-orientated, right? So I think you can make it like a game, right? You could be like, hey, I bet you can't wash these dishes faster than me.
Good Lord.
Right? Yep. I mean, we like competition. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to use Jedi mind tricks on us, right, to do things, you know. If you make it almost like a football play. Hey, babe, you do the dishes, I'm going to load up the washing machine. And if you give us tasks that we're able to complete easy, then we're more in tune to do them. Mm-hmm. But don't wait till we get the big bowl of popcorn.
Wow.
And we get the drink and we get close to the couch.
It's over.
And then you say, hey, oh, can you do this?
See, I'm watching CSI by then.
Right. If you give us a task a little bit beforehand, I think we operate better.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, on Tuesday, do you think you could, you know, do X, Y, Z?
See.
And
we can think about it.
Yeah, you can think about it. I mean, what way did she get you to do household chores?
Well, she'll say, I'm not going to wash the dishes and cook. So I get to choose my poison.
Right. Okay.
And I'd rather wash the dishes.
Yeah, right. Okay. So she it's like a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do one, I do the other. The only thing she always expects me to do is take the trash out.
Okay.
Because that's the way I grew up. The guy takes the trash out. So that's the only thing I'm expected to do.
Okay.
But stuff like washing clothes, vacuuming the floor, I'm not expected to do that. So if I do it, it's like, hey, thanks for doing that. She really gives me positive feedback.
Right. So she Jedi mind tricks you.
Yeah.
She tells you like, oh, thank you so much for doing that. And you're like, oh shit, well, she's really appreciative.
Do that tomorrow.
I'm gonna do something else.
I'm gonna go clean the toilet now.
Right. So that's it. You got to Jedi mind trick us.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing you can do is nag us about it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. You can't.
Because once you nag us once, we're thinking about it the whole time.
Right. Number 2, he doesn't know what goes on with our kids.
Wow.
So, I mean, see, a lot of times if guys are the breadwinner and are not even the breadwinner, but a lot of times we're so compartmentalize our brains. We focus on one thing at a time. We figured that if there was something wrong with the kids, you would tell us.
Right.
We really feel that way. It's like,
So there's nothing wrong.
right, there's nothing wrong. Why you didn't tell me? Because as soon as you tell me, then we handle it. It's not that I don't care. It's just that that's the way we work as men.
And that may be the way it happened in his house growing up.
Right.
Like, you only go to dad when there's a problem.
Right. You know, and a lot of times since mom is the mom bear, you know, where, you know, we figured, you know, if no blood, no foul. Mm-hmm. So that one could be, that's a communication issue. And that's something where that's when, you know, as a woman, there you go with the, you know, the Jedi mind trick again. Mm-hmm. Say, hey, can you pick them up from school today because I got to go do X, Y, and Z. And she could not really have that to do, but then that's going to force me to pick them up and then, you know, hopefully talk to them and see what's going on. Right. So, I mean, the way that you do it is that you involve me in this situation in a way that involves me.
Right. Because at my school, well, it's not my school, it's my kid's school. There are some fathers up there that look very awkward picking their kids up.
Right.
Like, I don't know where they come out at.
Right.
What time is it they really get out?
But then, you know, you got to put them in the situations to do it. Yeah. I mean, we don't mind it, you know. It just, like I said, just tell us ahead of time. Mm-hmm. He plays video games too much.
What's too much?
Yeah. Well, I remember the only thing I could think of, it was like one of those call-in radio shows. And the girl, she was newly married, and she was mad that her boyfriend played video games. And with the way that, you know, people are cheating and all this stuff in the streets, the girls who called in was like, look, all the shit that he could be doing, man, you better pick up a controller and figure that shit out. Yeah. And, you know, I think that is if there is a video game, you know, maybe you're not interested in video games, blah, blah, blah. You got all this other stuff to do. But there is certain games you can buy, like the classics, you know, the Pac-Man, the Super Mario Brothers, or things like that, where you guys can play, and it can be fun. And he'll see that you're taking an interest in what he likes to do. And so then that's where the give and take comes.
Yes, common ground.
Yeah, so maybe if you show him that, you know, show him what you want. Mm-hmm. So if you want him to go to the opera, you show him by going, you know, picking up a video game and learning. Yeah. Or, you know, support him, bring him some snacks. Give him his alone time. Men, we what I call it is, like vegging out. Because, you know, as men, sometimes we have a lot of things against us. So it feels good sometimes to do nothing. Yep. So, you know, I wouldn't say, you know, that's a communication thing.
Yeah, because I feel guilty if I think I spent too long doing it, playing video games. Because you're actually in the world. Depending on what game you're playing, you're fully immersed in that world. Uh-huh. Nothing exists but what's going on in this game. Right. So, you know, you have to actually think like, oh shit, I've been on this thing for 5 hours. Wow. Let me do something else.
I wish I could play a game for 5 hours. Okay. We have the same arguments. Wow. And I think that's pretty common, right? Because once something irritates you, then it continues to irritate you.
Yeah, it could never be resolved, so that's why you keep having it.
Right. So that's a communication thing. You got to talk those things out. Don't let it fester. Guys, we don't like having the same argument. I mean, but we're so compartmentalized that once we focus on something, we focus on it.
Yeah.
So, and if you want to stop having the same argument, you need to have the full discussion.
Yeah.
Where it turns from an argument to a discussion. Because as long as we get mad and storm off, or just, some people don't like to argue, so they shut down. I'm guilty of that. Mm-hmm. I don't like to argue so much that I do the direct opposite of it, where I'll just shut down. Like, all right, first I'll try to talk it out. I'm the kind of person I'll try to talk it out. Like, okay, look, no, I didn't mean to say you look fat in the dress, but you have fat hanging out the dress. But you did it, and we could go back and forth. But if you take my point and never understand it and keep coming back, well, you said I looked fat. Okay, I've already explained to you that wasn't my intention. Mm-hmm. Yes, I did say you look fat, but that wasn't what I was trying to say.
Right, pay attention to my breakdown.
Yeah, and if you keep coming back with, oh, no, this is what, no, you either accept what I said because it's not going to change, right? Yeah. So I think you accept what the person says and then move on from it, because you're not going to change what the person said because that's what they said they meant. So you shouldn't have, if you're having the same argument, it's because somebody is trying to convince somebody else of something different in their conversation.
And depending on how old you are, you're not going to do it.
You're right. You're not, but you really can't, because if an argument can't happen if somebody says, unless they're not taking responsibility. So if I said something that offended you, and then I say, I didn't say it, then you're going to try to convince me I said it. No. If you don't accept the reason why I said it. No. So these are the kind of reasons that make an argument keep going. So how do you avoid that? You have to, one, accept what the person says and move on. All right. He drinks too much. Well,
water?
Because of the arguments he's drinking. So he can stay with you.
He drinks too much ice water.
But that could be something of a bigger problem that has nothing to do with, you. But that's something you might have to seek counseling for. Self-medication is never the way. Mm-hmm.
You should never self-medicate. You know what's funny is people that we know are alcoholics, right? Uh-huh. If we go somewhere, let's say like we go on a cruise somewhere. Okay. We'll think like, oh, what could I get for my brother? Hey, let's give him this big ass bottle of tequila. And you go, yeah, great. Right. The bottle's shaped like a gun. This will be perfect. No. Don't do that.
No, let's get him a big bottle of coffee.
But we do it because we love the person, but we're not helping.
No. And then sometimes, we want to act a fool. So it helps if we got somebody else that's acting a fool right along with us. Right. So yeah, definitely that. He hates my kids.
Damn. So he doesn't know what's going on with them, and he hates them. Are they their kids or just hers?
So that's a point, and I think people too, we got to be real, right? We can't always be politically correct. People, it's politically correct to say, oh my God, kids are so precious. Oh, they're like gifts from heaven. That's politically correct. It's not politically correct to say, you know what? If I had to do this shit over again, I just would have jerked off and went to bed. Right. Right? That's not politically correct. But sometimes it's true. Yeah. So you have to have real conversations with somebody. It's people who don't like their own kids. Yes. They in the house with them and see them every day. They don't like the little kids. But so you might have to really get to the bottom of that. If he don't like your kids or you don't like his kids, maybe that's somehow you got to avoid each other until somebody grows up old enough to escape.
Yeah, exactly. Or find out what he doesn't like about you.
Right. Kids. And then, there it goes again with communication. He eats so unhealthy. So now that can be a huge problem in a relationship. Mm-hmm. But most guys come from being single on their own. So they maybe didn't eat the best. And some of them old habits keep, carrying on where, he used to play ball and grab some KFC. And now he bringing home KFC. You trying to lose weight. I get it. So the only thing I can say about that is packing him a lunch with snacks.
Yep.
Because the number one reason somebody stops and get fast food is just because it's fast food. Mm-hmm. It's hard to go buy fast food when you got a turkey breast and some greens and some, you packed a hearty lunch.
That's true.
So, I mean, the one way you could stop them, unless they're just, don't give a shit and they're going to do whatever they want. But packing them a lunch is something that can help.
Yeah.
With snacks.
With snacks, for sure.
Always want sex.
Oh, no fuck problem with that.
Okay, so here goes my thing with that, right? Everybody knows that it's always about opposite energy. So, if you're aggressive, the person's going to be passive. If you're passive, the person's going to be aggressive. It's just the way it goes. Yeah. It's very rare you get in a situation where both people are aggressive or both people are passive. Yeah. It's always a give or take. So if he always wants sex, I'm going to give you a task to do. You start initiating sex. Yeah. And I bet you any kind of money, after a while, he'll start to become passive. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it goes. And if anybody doesn't believe me, try it and then get back to me.
Yeah, because the meme says men think they like a lot of sex till they meet a woman that likes a lot of sex.
Exactly. and then when you talk to people, even when I was talking to her, I said, in your other relationships, have you ever... She was like, no. In all her other relationships, she was the aggressive one. Mm-hmm. Right, because the other person was passive. It's just the way it goes. He spends money on stupid stuff. Now, as men, we do.
Of course. Like, dumb shit in the mail all the time.
I mean, but that's where you guys work out a budget. Mm-hmm. I'm a firm believer in budgets. So you work out a budget and you let him see within that budget, he can still buy the toys and things that he wants. He just might have to, budget it out. And instead of getting it at a whim's notice, he just plans out the things that he wants. Yeah. And you can have an emergency fund. So if there is some kind of whim or things like that he wants, he's still able to get it.
Yeah. But
you have to do a budget.
I make sure I buy her some dumb shit too. And when I buy my dumb shit.
So it all evens out.
That's right.
He doesn't pay attention to me.
Why are they together? This nigga don't do shit.
But, I mean, there you go again. Sometimes guys were creatures of habit. Mm-hmm. And the way that you want to be paid attention to and the way that he pays attention to you might be two different things. Yeah. Guys a lot of times think things that women have no idea we're thinking. For instance, by the fact that he comes home every night, he thinks, man, I come home every night. Yeah. She should know I care about him. But you don't understand in the past.
She should know I care about her.
Right. What'd I say?
She should know I care about him.
Yeah, that. Whatever. But in the past, he would not come home.
Yeah. He was spent a few hours at the bar. So.
Right. He was one night standing chicks. Mm-hmm. He was doing all this other stuff. So, but how could she know that that's how he values her? Mm-hmm. Right? So a lot of women don't understand the things that, because we committed to you, mm-hmm. that means a lot to us. But it might not mean a lot to them because they think you should have committed. Oh, damn. But you don't understand, we ain't committing to shit. Yeah. Right?
And he had a lot of options.
Yeah. But so the way that they communicate, the way that most times men, we communicate that we like you, it seems obvious to us, but sometimes it's not obvious to them. Mm-hmm. So when you saying that he's thinking he's paying the bills, that should show you he ain't fucking your sister.
Exactly. See, that's respect.
That should show you. He put gas in your car. Mm. You thinking, nah, that's what all my dudes did. But you can't love everybody the same, and you have to appreciate the way that person loves you, and see their effort instead of the effort that you've gotten from other people. So, There go my first topic.
That makes sense.
And I hope that, we kind of broke down the stuff that and helped her.
Yeah. Hopefully she's listening.
Yeah, we'll see.
Tell her right in.
Yeah. What's your next topic?
I just grabbed a few random statistics that deal with people and relationships and those sort of things, because a lot of people don't know this stuff. So I wanted to break it down into stats for them.
Ah, okay.
Now, one of the biggest stats is San Francisco has the highest rate of single males. Memphis, Tennessee has the highest rate of single females. That's way the hell over there. When I was born there, I didn't know that. Nobody fucking told me. In the last 50 years, the number of people living together without marriage has increased 900%. That means they know what's going on.
Wow.
900% is a really big fucking jump. People are knowing now we don't have to get married. Fuck this shit. We're just going to stay together. Whoever blinks first ends up with a fucking ring. If you get married at 23, there's only a 30% chance that you break up.
If you get married is it 33 plus or just 33?
At 23 or older.
23 or older, there's a
30% chance you break up.
Oh.
Anything less than that, there's a 50% chance. It's like you're starting too young. 23 is pretty young too, though.
Yeah.
If your man hasn't called you in 24 hours of meeting, there's a 12% chance he never will. I used to say that too. When I gave a girl my number, I'd write on it, you have 24 hours to call or to self-destruct.
This girl told me that one time, and I didn't even really like her, but it was something in her telling me that made me call her. And I didn't even like her. And she turned out to be a pain in the ass.
Felt obligated.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like a Jedi mind trick. Mm-hmm. She was like, you got 24 hours to call me. And I was like, okay.
All right.
And then I called her.
Well, at least not like them dudes in Oakland. They call right then. Just to make sure it's the right number.
It's fucked up.
Now it says, women online lie about weight, physical build, and age. Men online lie about age, height, and income. Why ain't we asking these bitches how much they make?
Yeah. They usually make enough money.
Exactly. They make enough to be lying about their physical build. You eating a bunch of food. Here's a big one. A third of women in online dating have sex on the first date.
Wait, go back again?
A third of all women in online dating have sex on the first date. Actually, 33%.
Oh, shit.
Oh, but of course I knew that. First date. Call it that if you want to. Only a third of men have actually fantasized about a threesome. I didn't know that.
A third of the men?
Yep.
Huh.
I thought it was much higher than that.
Yeah, me too.
What are these guys fantasizing about?
Yeah, fags.
Chicken.
Guys. Or maybe it's about threesomes with guys.
maybe that's it. That's the crazy part. So this person online asked me, they said, what's the difference between loyalty and being faithful? So I looked up the definition. Loyalty is a strong feeling of support or allegiance. Faithful is trustworthy or reliable. It sounds about the same to me.
Yeah,
Because
just like you're playing words.
Right, because the reason I asked is because when people are in long-term relationships, it seems to take more than love to hold it together and to make things right. Yeah,
Okay.
It's got to be much more than love. Because
Yeah.
I can love her to death, but if I don't respect her or cherish her, all that shit goes out the window. I can still fuck somebody else if I love you.
Right.
But if I respect you, it's different.
And I think it's the reason why you're doing it too. If you're a loyal person, then that's just who you are. That's what makes you who you are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's internal.
Right.
So cheating and all those other things is not even an option because that's just not you.
Yeah.
And the other one, it's a choice. Seems like.
Yeah, to be faithful or not.
Yeah, faithful is just. I think it's the same.
Yeah.
That's a stupid question.
Loyalty just seems like you'd rather have that. Because it's like the strong feeling of allegiance. Like, hey, this is who I'm rolling with. We got this together. Till the wheels fall off. And the wheels might fall off.
But loyalty, what was it? Read it again.
Loyalty is a strong feeling of support or allegiance, and faithful is trustworthy and reliable.
So they can't switch. Can you use loyal, faithful? Faithful seems like relationship though, because you with your friends, you're not faithful.
Right. Well, you might be reliable or trustworthy.
No, but I'm saying like you wouldn't with your homeboys. You're not. Yeah, I'm faithful to my homeboy. No, faithful just seems like relationship.
Yeah.
Based.
Opposite sex.
Yeah, opposite sex, or unless you're a fruitcake.
Fruitcake, a fudge packer.
Yeah, and then it would be the other way.
Right.
But that's not nice. We shouldn't say fruit packer.
Yeah, we shouldn't say salami smuggler.
Yeah, we shouldn't say that.
It's
that's
actually
not nice.
homosexual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And speaking on that, I had I'm in this group in Facebook, and it was so stupid, and it made me so upset, and I don't even know why I got so upset, right? Because they said, and the meme was this. It said, I'm not even know exactly what the meme was. It said, if a girl put her finger in your booty while she's giving you head, is the guy gay? And like all the way, every guy pretty much was like, yeah, he gay, super gay, gay, really? gay. And they're all black men, right? And I thought, and so I posted, I said, no, it has nothing to do with being gay. Gay is, somebody who's wants a relationship with somebody of the same sex.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with what you do sexually. And the thing that, to me, is the realest shit. The people who scream about the most homophobic stuff be the gayest ones.
Yeah, they do.
Like, for you to be that mad, for one, and then I pushed it back and I said, I don't even know why in this guy group we even talking about, like, I don't even know how this could even be a topic. We all guys in here that's supposed to be looking at women.
Right.
Like, why are we talking about this? This doesn't make any sense to me. But just so for people, especially African Americans, to feel so powerful against somebody possibly being gay.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why do you care?
Yeah, it's their preference. As long as I'm cool, it don't matter.
I mean, it has no bearing on my life. And then I had to come back and say, well, let me change my answer. I have no clue what sexual act makes you turn gay because I'm not gay.
So obviously not many.
Well, I'm saying, so I can't even answer the question because it makes no sense to me. Mm-hmm. Because only person who can answer that is somebody who's gay.
Right. Like, hey.
So all you guys saying what it is and what it isn't, are y'all gay?
And it's being done to you by a woman. If she's sucking your dick, which is, not gay, by a woman, and she puts her finger in your ass, I don't think that's gay at all.
But that just what threw me having this conversation with these guys. I'm like, are we dumb or are we stupid? And, but I had to check myself and just be like, I can't change grown-ups.
Yeah, I think it might be suspect if she's pegging you. That's a little suspect.
I don't even think so. I mean, but what he does with his girl, it nothing ain't gay. Yeah. Because that's his girl. Yeah. Like, we don't know what make you gay.
Yeah, and that's not the definition of being gay or homosexual. It's something with the same sex.
Right.
So that's what's separate.
Right.
So that could be a good argument.
But I mean, I'm just saying for people to have such a strong argument,
Yeah.
I just thought it was. I was still mad.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't even know how to. I didn't even know how to respond. All right. You ready for my next topic?
Yeah.
Okay, so I researched I researched this topic because I was thinking about it. Because women are always talking about, men lack of sex drive or all this other stuff. So I'm like, I'm going to help some men and some women out.
Uh-oh.
Because I feel like it's my job to help them out. So I'm going to give you some foods that you can eat that helps you sexually.
Watch out.
So the first one is chocolate. Right? Chocolate awakens the sex drives and hormones.
Nice.
So pure chocolate though. Don't get the bull crap Snicker bars and the one that's full of all this crap. Get some good chocolate.
Right.
Some real chocolate.
Some Lady Godiva chocolate.
But don't get no 90% chocolate. It tastes like hell.
Yeah, it's really nasty.
Don't get that. You need a little bit of cocoa in there. Chocolate. I've always, chocolate makes me happy, so I can understand that. We've all heard the thing about oysters. Yeah. Right? It's for the male libido.
Can it be fried or just raw?
I think raw is what releases the... I think part of it is that you have to eat them and they're not the... it's masculine. You know what I mean? They're kind of slimy.
They look like tiny little pussies.
Yeah, you're back to your grimy days. You know what I mean?
You taste that dirt in that
shit. Yeah. Hey, I want some oysters now. So oysters. And I can attest to that. I've had some oysters and, wanted to go to Pound Town.
Oh, watch out.
Asparagus.
Oh, wow.
It stimulates the production of testosterone.
Testosterone makes your pee stink too.
Yeah. So that actually helps your wiener.
Watch out.
And it boosts you up. It boosts your testosterone.
Testosterone.
The next one is avocados. Avocados is a natural, what the hell is that word?
Aphrodisiac.
All
right.
It awakens sexual desire.
Huh. So guacamole can make you want to fuck.
Right. You ever notice after you have Mexican food, you be ready to go. It's time to go to.
I actually have noticed that if I had them super burritos.
Yeah, you get a super burrito, you want to get a super nut.
You be full as fuck, but you still want to have sex.
Yeah, so. And so the next one is like it's almost like a powder. It's called MACA.
Oh yeah, maca powder.
Maca powder.
I had the pills.
How'd you like them?
I didn't take them for long enough. I didn't take them long enough for them to make a difference. But I had read about them, and I was like, "Oh yeah, let me take these pills." But I left them in the bathroom in an old relationship, and she made fun of me.
She made fun of the maca powder?
You left your dick pills in the bathroom. I say that's okay because I don't need them now. That shit was funny though.
That is pretty damn funny.
You left your dick pills in the bathroom.
That's pretty damn funny. It's known to in powder form. It helps fight fatigue and invigorates your sex drive. Like ginseng, maca is used to treat ED, erectile dysfunction, and regain stamina. I'm gonna order me some of this shit.
The powder, wow.
Yeah.
How do you do it though?
I think you probably just use it as a dietary supplement. So that means you just must mix it with
your milk.
Yeah. And just mix it with the milk, then give her the milk.
Give her milk. She needs some milk.
Mustard. It stimulates your sexual appetite and it spices up and invigorates your cardiac system and your sex drive.
I don't even eat mustard really.
But I think, to use the mustard, you got the mustard seeds. I think it's because it's spicy, makes it hot. It gets your system going, your blood flowing. Once your blood starts flowing, you get ready to go to Pound Town.
How about I just put my dick in some mustard?
Then it's going to help her when she shuts it off. Honey. It tantalizes the senses and influences testosterone production. And it affects the male libido.
Okay.
So, honey is another one. So anytime you could,
incorporate that shit.
Yeah, testosterone production.
Testosterone
production.
Have you ever tasted honey off somebody's body though?
Yeah, off the nipple.
That shit is hella sweet.
Oh yeah. Nutmeg and ginger. Nutmeg.
That sounds sexy.
It increases blood flow to the nutmeg. Increases blood flow to the genitalia, leading to a powerful erection.
Fuck.
Ginseng and nutmeg tea makes a bedroom What's that?
An excellent bedroom aperitif.
Yeah, aperitif.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I'm not that smart.
Me neither.
Capers. Capers is the same thing. I've always only had capers, and it would kind of make sense because I've only had capers when I've had
It's like Italian dish.
no, when I've had crab.
Oh yeah.
So if I had crab, then I probably had oysters, and so that's why I was trying to break the bed.
Capers.
Yeah. So I've only had those. Saffron.
Saffron.
It spices up your libido, and invigorates your libido. I think it's because it's another one that's hot. I think anything that's hot is gonna increase blood flow because your ass is on fire. They say garlic.
Garlic does a lot.
Yeah, garlic does a whole bunch of shit. Stuff like that. Mangoes. It's the love fruit.
Really?
And it has vitamin E that also stimulates your libido. So real quick, chocolate, oysters, asparagus, avocados, maca
Maca powder.
mustard, honey, nutmeg and ginger, saffron, and mangoes.
So getting them cabinets.
So those are the things that will, have been used to fight ED. And women, you want to give it to any of those products. You want to give it to your person, your man, or yourself in the rawest form.
Wow.
So anything that has a lot of preservatives and things to it, you want to try to avoid. And you want to give these things in the rawest form. That way you get the full benefit of it.
Just chew on some garlic.
Yeah, with some ginseng tea. With some maca.
That's an interesting
chocolate.
night.
While you get some oysters. Somebody about to get the ribs,
So
bro.
that means you never get a main dish. You're eating all this side shit.
But you mix it in with the other stuff. So that was my other topic.
I like the sound of that.
Is that you do your two?
Well, no, I got one last one.
All right.
I won't make it that long. It's
No.
it's a couple of signs that the girl you're dating is a hoe.
Use a hoe. Use a hoe.
Especially these days, they're not even like embarrassed by it.
No.
They just do whatever. Now, one of the signs is she's obsessed about money and excessively materialistic. That is a whole thing.
Right.
Obsessed with money. Regular chicks, they don't worry about that shit. They got enough to pay the bills. Everything's fine. They can, chill out. But hoes are obsessed with money and always talking about materialistic shit. It's a horror mindset. She talks money, thinks money, eats money, sleeps money. She never refuses offers of cash gifts. That's the kind of girl that be on Facebook saying, "My birthday's tomorrow. I will accept gift cards." It's fucking hoe. The second one is she rates men on their income, social status, and influence, and has guy friends who are all above her in status. All her guy friends are doctors, ball players, and lawyers and shit. You can't trust that bitch. She'd be like, "Oh, you're insecure, my male friends.
Yeah.
Those are motherfucking kings. How come all them in the Fortune 500 and you fucking with me?"
Right.
Bullshit. She idolizes rich and successful men of questionable character.
Yeah.
That's a fucking sign there.
Yeah, tramp.
She berates and criticizes women who date men below them in their social and economic status. She calls them stupid and foolish bitches who fall in love and has cheap dates. She talks a lot of shit, basically.
It sounds like it.
She constantly reminds you of the things that she's done for you.
Man.
Fucking hoe.
Right.
That's a hoe thing to do.
Yeah, nobody asked for that.
I sucked your dick yesterday. Well, it's not gonna suck itself today. Is what you remind her of. Here's a good one. Her affection gradually and suddenly changes for you when you're having financial or social difficulties, or after learning of your humble financial health. You start having problems, she started getting a little sketchy on the nigga.
Right.
She ain't coming around as often.
Right.
That's a hoe. She only wants you for your money to begin with. It's fucking bullshit. She has or had a debt problem. but she's paying that off remarkably fucking fast.
That's what hoes do.
She owed $3,500 in student loans on Friday.
Uh-huh.
You see her again on Monday. Oh, I got that taken care of. How, bitch?
That's a sign she's a hoe.
Exactly. How many fucking surgeries did you perform to get that money that quick? She's a hoe.
How many dicks did you suck?
Exactly. She performed head surgery. That's how she got that shit. She feels uncomfortable displaying affection in public, even though she gives out a modern woman vibe. That means like, hey, she's cool and shit, but she don't want you to hug and kiss her in public because you're costing her customers. That's what you're doing. You can't do it. Here's a big one too. You happen to find stuff like condoms, vaginal douche, BDSM gear, and sex toys in her handbag that she carries in public. Ain't that some shit? Is your girl gonna carry around that shit? My girl definitely better not carry around none of this shit at all. It's gonna be a fucking problem. That's a whole bag. Is what that is. It's a whole bag. Here's a big one. She's known by multiple names among people. Her guy friends call her with different names, or she asks you to address her by a name which is not her real name. Also, she has multiple cell numbers, which is a big red flag. If your Monica is called Marina by some other guy, it means that he's one of those fucking... That's her whore alias. It's like, wait a minute, that's not your fucking name.
If she has multiple names, she's a hoe.
She's a hoe. Multiple phones, multiple email addresses. She's a fucking hoe. You passing by this guy and he says, "Hey, Maria." Like, what the fuck? That's not even your name. Here's one. She tends to have a job working late nights. Such jobs are often whore-creating jobs. That's the kind of jobs that create a hoe. More so if these jobs are in environments where there are a bunch of men willing to spend money at night. That's a hoe job. I don't know too many hoe jobs, but that's one. She's worked in the bar, stripper, promotions, glamour, and the modeling industry. Those are hoe professions. There are some strippers that are very nice.
Right.
But she's not one of them. She's a fucking hoe.
Yeah.
But that's all I got to say about them hoes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so hit us up at Grown Men Chopping It Up, Grown Men Chopping It Up at gmail.com, or the Facebook page, which is
Grown Men Chopping It Up,
or the Twitter, which is
Grown Men Chopping.
And until next week.
Peace.
Peace.